It's MMS Money Racing live on FTN here on Sunday night. Today we have 75 laps from the fastest super speedway in the world, Talladega Super Speedway, and these drivers will battle it out in the NASCAR Truck Series trucks for $175 to your winner, and the rest of the entries split out to the drivers in the field. I am your producer and commentator for Page here. We're in the middle of qualifying. About 3 minutes in, most of the drivers have set lap times or are on the track right here. Kenneth McCullough Jr. on the track, chasing Estrella on the track, and we're going to watch this number 03 McCullough on his lap. As he takes it down through 1 and 2 on the outside lane, he'll cut down to the bottom off of turn 4. And start his second lap here. We'll ride on board with the 03. Here comes McCullough off of turn 4, keeping it real low to that yellow line. He's going to go onto the apron on the front strip through the tri-oval. The Geico restart zone to the finish line. He will go to 54.557. Will put him tied for pole. Now it's going to be a 5.55. So McCullough goes to first by 2/1000ths of a second over Justin Mills in the 14 machine, and then Thomas Lloyd in the 20. Behind them, 14 drivers have set a lap. Couple trucks on track right now. The 45 of Sean Corbin, the 45, see there, that nice red truck, maybe some wings there on the hood. An interesting paint scheme here for Sean as he exits pit road. Danny Barnes on the track, Vicente Guerrero, the 27 sitting on pit road. Cody Neagles on the track. Number 6, new paint scheme for that machine. You've seen that green Xfinity car here. As Cody comes across the line, he has a 54.543, and that is good enough for pole by 13/1000ths of a second over Kenneth McCullough and the rest of the field. Now 17 drivers have set a lap. Vondell Herbert on laps. One more driver sets a lap. Richard Elliott, he goes to second. Still 11/1000ths off of Cody Neagles' pole time. As here is Vondell on a heater now in that 59 machine. Coming off of turn 2 on his first lap. It looks like this is going to be the lap that he pushes on. Down the back straightaway in that USA Hockey forward into turn 3. He's going to get right down against that yellow line, keep it as smooth as he can through the corner. And coming off the corner, he will be the 20th driver for the lap time. Garrett Maines and Zach Lane's on the track here. Jonathan Herbert and Sean Corbet still yet to set a lap, and the rest of the drivers do not appear to be on the track and setting a lap time. So here comes Vondell to the line. He does a 54.563. That is good enough for 6th. That's Garrett Maines, to no surprise, is going to go on the pole. With his lap here being a 54.532 for Mr. Maines. In that Conklin paint scheme there. Comes across the line. It's a pole position now for Garrett Vondell to 6th. He's still on his second lap, but doesn't appear to be doing anything with it there as he sits on pit right ahead of pit road. Jonathan Herbert on the track here. He is coming across the line now to set a lap in that 87 machine. He will go with a 54.716 to 22nd now onto his second lap. He's 22nd of 23 drivers that have set a lap. Sean Corbet will be the last driver to it'll be the last on the grid. That's it for the 87 now. Not going to try a second lap time. He will park it. Matthew Lee on the lap. He's coming to the line here to start lap number 2. It's a 54.568 for Matthew, and that's it. He goes to 8th. Zach Range in the 043 will go to 12th. Jeff Merck on his lap, and he's setting up for the second lap here. This could be a pole time. He's been very quick in these qualifying sessions that we've seen on FTN. 1 and 2, smooth entry. Looking for a smooth exit as well. Down the back straightaway they go. 1 minute and 30 seconds left now in qualifying, so the drivers that have not started a lap or haven't left the pits yet will not be able to set a lap. 25 drivers have set a lap. Now with Maines quicker than them all, it's Maines and then Eagles, Richard Elliott, Kenneth McCullough, and Justin Mills, the top 5. Jeff Burke trying to throw a wrench in that battle for the pole. Gonna head down onto the apron, through the tri-oval right against the grass. Gonna be a good lap here as one. Another driver setting a lap. John Ward goes to 10th. And Merck does a 54.580. That is good enough for 12th. 5.78 there. Vincent Guerrero on the track, and it's Warnock on the track. There's Warnock coming to the line on his first lap. He does a 54.573. That should be good enough for 11th, ahead of Steve Sizemore. It is. So it's Guerrero, the last driver to set a lap, also running his first lap here. Coming to the line, and a little squirrely there off the bumps on the inside. He will do a 54.551. That is good enough to put him near the front in P3. So that's it for qualifying. It's Dylan Jones, Heath Joe, Brock Westmoreland, Joseph Allen, Christopher McCullough, Joey Galati, and Austin Green will not set a lap time, but that is over 30 cars in the field. 29 drivers will set a lap time here to decide your starting grid from Talladega. And 75 laps on the way soon here, as soon as the drivers get gridded up and pacing. From the longest oval in the world, the longest super speedway, the fastest speeds. It's going to be an exciting race, especially with this truck. We can definitely expect to see 3 and 4 wide here, probably pretty early on into the races. The Eagles will be the first of those front cars to grid up in that second spot, the number 6. But he is dethroned by Garrett Maines on the pole. It's the number 30 of Maines who will start on the pole alongside Nichols in second. Then it's Vincent Guerrero and Richard Elliott. It's going to be Vincent Guerrero and Richard Elliott in row number 2. Third and fourth. Row number 3 is Kenneth McCullough Jr. and Justin Mills. Behind them, Mark Bondell and Thomas Lloyd in row 4. Row 5 is going to be Matthew Lee and J.R. Miller. Rounding out your top 10. Row 6 is John Ward and Trevor Oswald. Row 7, Steve Sizemore and Jeff Merck. Row 8, Landon Philippe and Zach Range. Row 9, 17 and 18, Joshua McCullough and Ron Moore. Running on the top 20 is going to be Danny Barn and Chase Mastretta in that 20th position. 21st and 22nd is Joe Cuerta and Mark Math. Row 12, Jared Haynes and Tyler Lugo. Row 13, Kobe Sutton. Sutton. I'm just going to that's hard to say. And Terry Wilson, row 13, alongside him. James Waring in row 14, alongside Jonathan Herbert. Running at the top 15, rounding out row 15, the top 30 is Sean Corbett, who was the last driver to set a lap, and it's going to be Dylan Jones being at 30th, Austin Green 31st, Brock Westmoreland 32nd, Keith Job, Christopher McCullough, Joseph Allen, Joey Galati, and that is it. So those guys did not set a lap. 29 cars do set a lap. It's Sean Corbett at the back end of that field, back end of that group that did set a lap time. Garrett Maines on the pole in that number 1 MCU machine with configurations Ford, and he will roll off here from Talladega on the pole. 75 laps in store here on FTN. And Maines will lead us to the green flag. First time in this race, in this Group 4, Garrett Maines on FTN. Some of the viewers may know Garrett from the Coke Series and the iRacing Pro scene. Coming to race for a little money here. The full prize for the field, $100 going to the top 6. At least $100 if you lock down a top 6 spot. $175 to the winner, $150 to second place, $125 to third, then $110 for fourth, and $100 for fifth and sixth. And the rest of the money goes out to the rest of the field respectively from there. But the big prize, $175 to win a $25 entry fee. A lot of money on the line here for these drivers. We've seen these races be kind of chaotic and full of wrecks, and a lot of guys hoping that this is not going to be the same, because that just gives you more and more chances to lose out on that chance to get your money back. As the 30 of Maines, number 1 on the truck, will lead the field to green. From Talladega, the Ryko Performance MCU body Ford alongside the Martin Sports Extra Life number 6 of Cody Eagles and Guerrero and Elliott row 2. Kenneth McCullough, the session host there, number 03 and 5th. As here they come to the line now, the iRacing official pace car will take the hard left down pit road. Garrett Maines and Eagles lead the field through the tri-oval to the end of the Geico restart zone, where they will see the green flag. 75 laps from Talladega are underway. Side by side for the lead off of turn 4 into the tri-oval. Garrett Maines the leader, but does not get the help he needs from the 6 of Eagles. It'll be Vicente Guerrero leading lap number 1 on the inside, getting pushed by McCullough and Thomas Lloyd. After the 1 and 2, they go Guerrero on the inside and Maines on the outside. The 27 gets a little high in the corner, keeps it straight off of turn 2. Even for the race lead. This truck is very push dependent. These guys are going to be pretty gridlocked unless they can get help. You see the 6 all over the back bumper, the 1, the 03 all over the back bumper of Vicente Guerrero, but it's Maines now with the advantage in the 3 and 4, trying to lead that number 2. Stick it back on the front on the inside, the shortest way around the track, but the 1 should have the momentum easily to carry back out in front of the tri-oval. He does. He may be able to get the bottom lane clear, but he will lead the lap here this time by Maines to the line. Out in front, Guerrero in second. Eagles pushing along in third. It's Thomas Lloyd pushing the inside lane. Richard Elliott on the outside. 1 car down to the apron. It's the number 12. I believe that may be Mills, and it looks like it is Justin Mills way down on the inside. He doesn't collect anyone as he tries to merge back up, and he does collect them. They wreck. The 12 gets air on the backstretch. He's going to go hard into the inside wall with Sizemore and the 87. And the first caution of the day is out on lap number 3. That's Jonathan Herbert involved, Steve Sizemore, Mills, and one other truck there. I believe it was Sizemore got fully up in the air. Showcasing that new aero model on this NASCAR Truck Series truck here on iRacing is Mills. Let's go back here to what happened to Mills going into the corner. He was, it's like 4th or 5th on the inside. He's 4th on the inside. Heading into the corner, and he gets a right rear from Lee. Gets it saved, gets it gathered up. Almost came back up into that 59 machine of Mark Vondel, but He stays straight on the apron. Now he's just looking for a clean re-entry here. And he sees that gap there with the 8, that's Sizemore. And he didn't force anything. That's definitely not on Mills. See, the contact there was with the 8 and the 8. One of them is the real 8. The real 8 is Mistretta behind him. And Sizemore in that green number 8. That Rockstar, I believe that is sponsor on that black Chevy, and he just gets a bad push from Mistretta. He comes up into Mark Math, spins him down, and look at the 8 and the 12 catching air, and then the 87 comes in late. Jonathan Herbert, who was way in the back here, looks like there may have been contact as he went to miss the wreck, and he did get a hit from the car behind, spins him down into the back end of the 8 of Sizemore, and a big lick to the inside for Mills and Sizemore along with Jonathan Herbert. And look at this. The 12 just going up into the air. All it takes is that little spin. And Justin Mills goes for a heck of a ride here on lap number 3. Let's ride on board with Mills. That's exactly what you don't want to see. A lap 3, he's got to survive now 72 laps without a fast repair to back on in case of an incident. Assuming he takes his fast repair here and doesn't just stick out the damages. The view from Justin Herbert here as he sees the 8 machine and the 12 getting air right in front of him. Good save by Mark Math. Impressive job by Mark to miss a big hit there. He got right there, comes down, gets hit. Well, he didn't actually really save it. He kind of just got hit straight by the back end of that number 12 machine of Justin Mills. So Mills gets it rolling again. The VAR racing machine, and he will be now back in 33rd position as he probably is on pit road. Yeah, he is getting repairs now on pit road as he's missing his pit stall. Maybe has some suspension damage. See, that right front is just not cooperating at all. No turn in that right front tire. He is going to take the fast repair along with the number 8. Ahead of him is Steve Sizemore, shown as the 29 on the ticker, but that green number 8 Sizemore and the white number 8, the car that got into him, that was pushing him, Chase Mistretta in the Joker machine. Well, some serious contact there brings up the first caution of the day. Sizemore and Mills involved in an incident as well as Jonathan Herbert, excuse me, not the football player. And he also on pit road, but he's not going to elect to take that fast repair. He has a lot of front end damage that couldn't really hurt his top end pace if he can't get that aero damage on the front end repaired. It could also have given damage to the radiator or the motor and just overall put him down on power, and if it's radiator damage, won't be able to push. So Jonathan Herbert, completely innocent bystander there, just nowhere to go, and he ends up dead to last now, 36 out of 36. Top of the field is Joshua McCullough and Vincent Guerrero. So McCullough looks to have stayed out as the rest of the field came in. And something to note with these races, seems like a lot of times whenever there's a caution, these drivers take an opportunity to come get fuel. But I like this whole move here. There's been a lot of crashes, and if there's another caution in probably 10 or 15 laps, everyone's going to want to pit again. And that is just going to give the perfect opportunity for the 12 to hold that track position and then pit in with the rest of the leaders and stay at the front of the pack. So Joshua McCullough on the outside of row number 1 with Vincent Guerrero on the inside, who has led a lap today along with Garrett Maines. And behind them, Ron Morris on the inside of row number 2 with Maines on his outside. The Neagles, Kenneth McCullough, Richard Elliott, J.R. Miller, Zach Range, and Thomas Lloyd. The top 10 here as we come to the restart. 6 laps will be in the books when they cross the finish line this time by and get the green flag. Those drivers up on the ticker there. Herbert making his way back up to the field. He will restart last place, 36th. the only driver on the track that will have damage to his car. iRacing official pace car will jump below that double yellow line and head into pit road. Single yellow line, but that pace car driver will turn off the track and turn it loose. Vincent Guerrero, the race leader, alongside Joshua McCullough, push from Ron Morris into the Geico restart zone. We are racing again for Talladega.
Green flag, green flag.
Joshua McCullough has one of the best in the business there, right behind him, and Garrett Maines to push, trying to keep that number 12 up the floor. And the caution is back out there, wrecking big at the back of the pack. Terry Wilson going around with the 8 again. Another accident for Steve Sizemore and Terry Wilson. Tyler Lugo and Mark Math involved in another one. Like Joey Galati may have been collected as well, and the rest of the field seems to be unscathed, but a second caution of the day is out quickly before the field even made it into turn 1. So it's Terry Wilson, one of the main trucks involved. They're heading into turn 1, and he just comes down like Mark Math isn't there. Not sure if he just thought that Math was going to let him in, or he thought he had a little bit more room there, but comes up and collects the 8. Just so unfortunate for Mark Math and Steve Sizemore, who have both been involved in both the accidents today. And again, just seems like the 3 just not really sure what he was thinking there. This is Mark Math's on board, and you can see he is fully on that yellow line. Wilson just comes down spinning Math back out. He does get it gathered up without getting hit, it looks like. Oh, he does get it gathered up. Wow. Impressive save there for Mark. So unfortunate for Steve Sizemore here on board with Sizemore now. Going to the restart. Literally in dead last. After taking this repairs, the 87 was even around him of Herbert, and coming there, a wreck immediately. You just really can't have that happening here this early. That aggression by the number 3 trying to get in line. So he was a car behind him that gets into him now as he tries to miss the wreck, comes up and into the path of, I believe, Dylan Jones or Galati. I'm not sure who that was behind him. But a fairly small incident, and it brings out the caution for the second time here from Talladega, and there is a lot more cars on pit road. Looks like the 12 is one of them. The 27 will stay out along with Niegels, Lloyd, as Warnoff, John Ward, and the rest of the field down on pit road. Garrett Maines will take service. He will take fuel, top off, along with Zach Raines, Kenneth McCullough, J.R. Miller, Ron Morris, Joshua McCullough down the pit road, Matthew Lee, Richard Elliott, and the rest of the field on the pit road. Jeff Merck there. That's outside the top 20 now. As the 27 of Vincente Guerrero leads the field. They're 1 and 2, coming to get the 1 degree next time by. We'll take a break and come back for the second restart of the day here from Talladega.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing Daytona International Speedway as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
I'm back to you live from Talladega, MMS Money Racing live on FTN. 10 laps in the books this time by, most of which have been completed under yellow. We had 2 laps under green before the first caution came out on lap number 3, and the rest has been under caution so far. 7 laps under the yellow flag and 3 under green. It's Vicente Guerrero and Cody Migos leading the field with Thomas Lloyd behind them, as well as Trevor S. Warnoff, John Ward, Chase Mistretta, Danny Barnes, James Waring, and then Garrett Maines, the first car that came down pit road, with Kenneth McCullough behind him. Rounding out your top 10, so Niegels and Guerrero on the front row. Niegels with help from Trevor S. Warnoff, Thomas Lloyd behind the 27 on the inside as the pace car is off of the racing surface, and Vicente Guerrero will lead us back to green on lap number 11 of 75. Off of turn 4, Vicente Guerrero to the race lead. He blocks high and takes the momentum away from Cody Niegels. He is clear of the field now. Thomas Lloyd making a run on the inside with a push from John Ward. Across the line this time, Guerrero leads that lap number 11 of 75 down. And in the books into 1 and 2, they go to 27 of Thomas Lloyd. The 20 on the inside has the nose advantage out in front through 1 and 2, with the 92 of John Ward pushing all over him. As Warnoff and the rest of that outside lane really not being able to give the 27 the push he needs now, as Thomas Lloyd will jump to the outside. He takes the race lead and clears the field. Now Ward will have that range to work with him on the inside lane in that Mercedes F1 inspired paint scheme, the Petronas machine, as he looks to the inside off of turn 4. Side by side for second, the 20 clear out in front. He will elect to stick with that outside lane through the tri-oval. That bottom will surge ahead a little bit there, but the 20 of Lloyd will stay clear. Leads his first lap of the day into 1 and 2. He clears John Ward downstairs into 1 and 2. The 20 out and away with a couple car length lead. Now he will slip back to the bumper of Ward and get a push as Guerrero has momentum up high with Niegels pushing him. side by side for the lead again. You see Garrett Maines up there in the 7th after pitting, and this top 7 starting to break away a little bit, about a 5/10 gap here between Maines and Ron Morris. But that is going to allow that 9 and everyone behind him to run flat out. He carried all that momentum up to this lead pack. Of Ron Morris with the run, going 196 over 5 miles an hour faster than the cars ahead of him as he heads down into 1 and 2, going to go back up to the rear end of the 1, but he elects to do nothing with that momentum, and he will instead stay in line with McCullough behind him. With the teammates at McCullough Motorsports running 8th and 9th, Danny Barnes behind them in 10th. Vicente Guerrero out in front blocking. Lloyd on his inside now. Side by side to the racer, you see a big push coming from the 6 to that high side to keep him afloat as they're coming up on a lap car. That is going to be Terry Wilson going to get put 1 lap down here on the outside in that Nationwide machine. Involved in the last accident, and he will drop to 1 lap down as the field heads by the number 3. 14 laps done now in the books, and it is Vicente Guerrero still holding the lead. He has dominated this race, especially because both cautions have come out with him in the lead. So far, he has led over a third or over 2/3 of the race, but that could change now as the 20 and the 92 are working together. The 6 not really staying score on that 27th rear bumper and getting all sorts of squirrely on the backstretch, but the 92 of John Ward not really being able to help that inside lane much himself either. Now through 3 and 4 they go 3 wide in the back. 2 or 3 trucks trying to make that high side work, and they can do it if they work together. And that was one of the things that was going on during the last race here on FTN, was that there was not a lot of people committed to running that high lane. When they did, they got it to work with that Xfinity car at Daytona, but here it's a different game. The only 5 drivers up there making it work, and the 04 running up to the front with Matthew Lee in the driver's seat, the 60 behind him. Oh my goodness, what a run. They are already even with the race leaders now, as Garrett Maines loses that 89, and they are going to slip back. The high lane goes all the way to the lead. Oh, John Ward not clear. He puts the Petronas machine down on the inside. He gets his way back onto the racing surface at Zach Raines in the 043 that's back up on the racetrack now. And no caution, everyone stayed straight. There was 4 wide as John Ward tried to get clear down to the inside and had a car below him that was that Mercedes Petronas machine, as he will slip back outside the top 20. Matthew T. Lee with a dominant move, leading the outside lane to the front. He has the lead, but he moves up off of turn 2. See if he decides to get up with Jeff Mark. It looks like he can't anymore. Mark alongside him for the race lead. And that's going to give the 20 the lead back, as Merck side drafting the race leader. Thomas Lloyd will head back around him in that hot dog machine. Off of turn 4 now, he gets back in line. That's John Ward on the outside, and John Ward looking to go to the front here through the tri-oval. John Ward will lead this lap. Across the line, it's Ward out in front. He jumps down as soon as he's clear. Oh, he overshoots his moves to the inside and gets crossed up, but he hangs on to it. Losing a lot of momentum there. He is all over the place in the lead. Up of turn 2 in that HMS car. Chevrolet Silverado leading the pack, as Matthew Lee on his outside trying to take it away. And look at the 12 up to the front. Justin Mills, after nearly flipping on lap number 3, he is up to the front of the pack. The outside lane really disconnected, and they are losing some ground here off of turn 4, side by side for second on the back. A little bit of a gap there between the 6 and the rest of the high lane. Not really a little gap there. It's probably 5 car lengths in between those two. As the inside lane gets crossed up, they take a detour onto the apron on the front stretch. John Ward, the race leader, he went clear. 24, that spot off of turn 2. 3 trucks now left on the outside lane. Still making that side draft work, though. In the 3 and 4, Ward moving up from the outside to take the momentum away from Matthew. Here they come up for turn 4 side by side. The 20 on the inside with the 12 of Justin Mills. The 1 of Maines behind him. 3-car pushing on the inside lane there. 3-car tandem breaking away from Jeff Burke and the rest of the bottom lane, but they get separated now as Ward will have the load back in front. Lap 20 now of 75. John Ward, the race leader, off of turn 2. Matthew Lee will almost clear Lloyd for third, as the 92 will jump down to the inside, and then will give Matthew T. Lee the opportunity to head right around him and into the race lead. The 27 of Guerrero comes through, and 2 cars end up clearing the 92. 3 cars end up clearing the 20 of Lloyd right there on the backstretch. Now the 27 of Guerrero will move up, and he will take the momentum from the outside to the race lead. 20 laps complete here from Talladega this time by, and the 27 of Guerrero back to the front. Into 1 and 2. Guerrero on the inside, leading the bottom lane now with the 6 of Niegels on his outside. The 27 will jump up, trying to protect both lanes through 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway. Here a slow truck going by. 1 car jumps down to the inside, super aggressive, but holds on to it. Off of turn 4, still even for the race lead. The PRS 04 on the inside, gonna lose it now. The field a little bit spread out, a little bit split up. A second pack starting to form behind this top 20 or so cars. They're 1 and 2. The 27 back to the inside and back to the race lead. Lap car Hyper Racing Machine on the outside getting put a lap down. That is the, I believe, the 760 of Heath Job going 1 lap down. He gets put 4 wide in the back of the field, but they all stay straight. Guerrero on the inside, Cody Niegels on the outside. Matthew Lee on the bottom, and then Elliott on the outside in that number 0 machine. Down the front straightaway they go, across the line this time by 27 still out in front. 22 laps in the books. Big surge now for Matthew Lee on the inside. He jumps up in front, and he will take the race lead clear of the rest of the pack. John Ward trying to get to his left rear, and John Ward now going to be able to fight back and get even with him for the race lead into 3 and 4. Ward on the inside, Lee on the outside. Ward will get up clear, close to being double there for Ward. Back out in front. Side by side now, that gives the opportunity for the 20 of Thomas Lloyd to jump back in front, as he carries momentum from the 12, pushing him on the inside to the race lead in the 1 and 2. Ward out high, Lloyd on the inside, and Thomas Lloyd looking for the race lead off of turn 2. He has the 14 of Justin Mills behind him. Only 2 cars there, 2 trucks there. It's Mills and Maines, and now the race leader will get down in front of them and defend. As Ward not clear now, Vincent Guerrero surging forward again on the high side, not giving up without a fight, and he will take the lead back from Matthew Lee off of turn 4. Side by side for the race lead, still no one trying to make that 3rd lane work. Side by side all the way through the field. Back through 1 and 2, the 27 with a half a car length advantage over the 6 of Niegels. The field starting to calm down a little bit now, 2 by 2, all the way back. One more car about to go a lap down. Looks to be Terry Wilson, who is about to go 2 laps down. There's Job, who made it into the pack. Jonathan Herbert back here in this pack way behind the race leaders with Joseph Allen and Mark Math. But this lead group is one big pack as they come to complete lap 25, a third of the way through the race here. As the field has calmed down, we're going to take a quick break and be back here for more racing action from Talladega.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing Daytona International Speedway as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Boundless makes its presence felt. It will not be ignored. We're helping turn ideas into reality with a wealth of building products that take every architectural style to the next level. This is what it's like to imagine, build, and transform anything we want into exactly what we seek. This is what it means to be boundless.
Looks like green flag pit stops underway here from Talladega as your previous race leader Vincent Guerrero on pit road with Danny Barnes. And just these two on pit road, it seems like maybe an unscheduled pit stop because they are down really early and no one else came with them. Looks like it's 4 tires going on the Danny Barnes machine as they probably won't lose a lap, but the rest of the pack will probably have to follow them in if that is a green flag pit stop that is scheduled, but it's really making it lap 30 now. See if anyone else comes. I'm not sure why they pit so early. An interesting strategy there for those two, but it is Garrett Bain, back up to the race lead. 30 laps in the Bucks that time by. Bain's the race leader with Legals behind him, then Justin Mills, Matthew Lee, John Ward, Ron Morris, Jeff Merck. Everyone pretty even up in front. Christopher McCullough, Thomas Lloyd, and Brock Westmoreland. Westmoreland back up to the front after being involved in some incidents early. Is inside the top 10 now. He rounds out the top 10 as the 1 and the 6 will battle it out for the lead again. Still just a lot of back and forth action up in front here. The outside lane and the inside lane pretty even. as these drivers continue to try and figure out which lane is better. Seems like the outside is normally going to be the place to be, but you never really know. It looks like those drivers are trying to get up to the outside and then losing time. We'll have to see here if they come through 3 and 4 to complete that lap. It was the 6 getting down in front of Maines for the race lead. That'll allow the outside to give Matthew Lee the lead. A lap car coming up, that is the number 7. Looks like a car by himself, but it's Danny Barnes. He's going to go a lap down as Guerrero will also have to enter the pack. He is going to get up, and he's not going to get out of the way. He's going to stick it right in the middle. And this is going to get sketchy. Now he gets up, and some more drivers are going to hit pit road here. John Ward, Thomas Floyd, and others down on lap 32. Maybe a spin, some tire smoke. You can hear that tire scream. There's one car around on pit road already. It's the 05 of James Waring in the University of Miami, I believe, car. Yeah, James Waring goes for a spin coming out of his pit box. That's not going to help you gain any time. Eagles the race leader now. Maines leads Mills behind them. Then Matthew Lee. Everyone on the inside getting ready to come down pit road. Here comes the 6 of Neagles. We'll see if he decides to go with the 1 of Maines all over his back end. Now he jumps down. Maines is going to fake it and stay out. The 6 comes in. He is coming in really hot, but he's going to make it. Looks like everyone makes it in clean. No issues there. Garrett Maines will stay out, taking a Ford teammate with him, and Justin Mills and Merck. Matthew Lee, Ron Morris, and many others still on the racetrack here trying to stretch this run out as long as they can. Single file in this pack. See if they decide to come down pit road this time by here off of turn 4. They will not. So if they could stretch this to about 37, 38, maybe lap 40, that would be really big. They haven't done that many laps green though. I think it's still going to be a 2-stop race. But if they can't figure out a way to stretch it, maybe 45, what the limit is, it would be huge for this group. Single file throughout the pack. Garrett Maines leading. Justin Mills in second. The first car that has hit pit road so far is Cody Neagles in this pack. Working together now is Warnoff, Huerta, Landon Valik behind them, trying to get gathered up and work their way back to race pace, and don't lose too much time with this lead pack as they are catching up to Dylan Jones, Sean Corbet, and the rest of the field on pit road. Oh, we got a wreck on a pit road as the lead pack comes down. They have an incident there. The 01 is ahead of Garrett Maines somehow, as there's no caution, but it was the second place car who spun out of Mills. Here we go down pit road now with Mills. See that number 12 white and blue below the race leader of Garrett Maines. Looks like he just wheel hops it. And you see that front tire locking up, rear tire's locking up, and he just commits to the spin. And then right there, he lets it go and doesn't correct in time. Around he goes. Seems like some of these guys just cannot catch a break with these crashes. And now the caution is out. And it looks like a wreck may have happened in the pack that already pit. So the caution is out. Oh, and there's the wreck. Oh my goodness. A big lick. Oh no. Who is that? One car is just destroyed. The 23 of Joseph Allen. And that's where your caution is from. Holy cow. Oh wow, they wreck in a 3-car pack here. It's Mark Mass leading this group with Joseph Allen And I believe Jonathan Herbert, that is Herbert behind him, coming around this group that had pit. Oh no! Oh no, what happened there? Mark Math gets airtime. And somehow the 23 gets hit super late in this thing. Looks like it's because he hits the wall and he's just dragging the brake, maybe? Yeah, he is. He is just locking him up, coming to a complete stop. And here comes the pack with nowhere to go. Oh my goodness. BAR Racing Machine. Just gotta know what happened here. With the car in front, that's Joe. That's Joel, or Job, excuse me. Heath Job already 2 laps down. And he spins out coming out of pit road. And hits the 24. Oh man. What a bad mistake for the 760 of Heath Job. And we'll take a look at it one more time from the cockpit here of Heath's machine. Down on pit road, we saw Heath getting lapped earlier on in the race here. He's 2 laps down now. I'm not sure what if he was 1 or 2 down at the time of caution, but he's exiting with the pack. Again, to his left is the 24 car. I'm not sure who that is, but the number 24 alongside him. Coming off of pit road. Here. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there because, I mean, it didn't even sound like he went full throttle, but I guess that doesn't take much to spin this car out. I would have assumed it would have taken him to just launch on the gas here, but he clearly doesn't. Got a little bit of wheel spin out of his pit box, and my goodness, he just gets absolutely rocked. Spins down, doesn't lock up the brakes, and just clocks the inside wall and blows her up. So, just an incredibly unfortunate mistake there by Heath Job to spin out right at the worst time with a small group of 3 cars coming by. I mean, that probably couldn't have happened at a worse time. But it does right there, and the caution is out for, I believe, the 3rd time today now. Good run there for these drivers who get all the way to a green flag pit stop before the caution comes back out on lap 35, I believe, or 36 of 75, but the yellow flag is back out again. Now Kenneth McCullough, the race leader, after they come down pit road again to top off on gas, and we'll get the one to go next time by here from Talladega. So off of turn 2 goes Kenneth McCullough Jr. leading the field. He will lead the field back to green here from Talladega, and it will be lap 40 of 75 when he comes to the green. Alongside him is Mark Vondel in the 59, then Cody Niegels in the third with Zach Range in fourth, Sean Corbett in fifth, Matthew Lee in sixth, and Jeff Merck, Garrett Maines, Dylan Jones, and J.R. Miller, your top 10. Here will we get the green flag from Talladega once again. Richard Elliott will be behind them with Joe Huerta, Josh McCullough, Landon Valique, Kobe Sutphin, Danny Barnes, John Ward, Austin Green, Jared Haynes, and Thomas Lloyd. That's the top 20, and the rest of the field is going to be Christopher McCullough, Vincente Guerrero, Trevor Warnoff, Justin Mills, Chase Mastretta, Brock Westmoreland, Tyler Lugo, Ron Morris, James Warren, Joey Galati, Mark Math, Joseph Allen, and these guys are all one lap down behind Mark Math here, so 6 cars one lap down at least. Looks like Heath Job and Steve Sizemore out of the race as the pace car comes off of the racing surface, and the 03 of McCullough will lead us to the green here. Restarting once again from Talladega. Green flag is back out, and we are racing again.
Green flag, green flag.
Coming off of turn 4, Cody Niegels able to take the race lead away from McCullough and complete lap number 40 with the race lead in hand. Mark Vondel on the outside contesting with him. Zach Range giving push to the 59 on the high side, but it is the 6 of Niegels who leads lap number 40 of 75. 35 laps to go through 1 and 2. They go the high lane, getting a little split up as the 040 will run up a little higher. Excuse me, the 043 runs up a little high through 1 and 2, but he gets back down, and now one car looking to maybe go to the outside. That is the 60 of Merck, but he does not have anyone going with him, and he'll jump back in line. Through 1 and 2, the now even with the 59 for the, or excuse me, the 03 for the race lead as he jumps up to clear that high side and protect the runs from that 59. He will hold on to the lead through the tri-oval. The middle lane surging ahead when we talk to Kenneth Last in his second place finish here from Talladega in the trucks. He told me that middle lane always has the advantage in the tri-oval, especially coming to the finish line there for the final time. The side draft is big as there's 3 wide move going on, a huge block. Contact knocks Garrett Maines down to the inside. Oh, and they're wrecking. Mark Vondel up into the air.
Yellow flag
And that's the big one, the whole field involved. Matthew Lee and Vondel got up into the air. He gets hit again super late into the wreck. The whole field involved in that one. Less than 13 cars make it out. And the caution is back out again. A huge crash on the backstretch. Oh, man. Mark Vondel with a huge lick, and it all starts right here with the 04 of Matthew Lee peeking to the middle, and he almost has a race below that Patronus machine, and he definitely does, but a super late block there gets that 043 turned down into Garrett Maines, and then Lee is just pushing, and Lee pushes him right through Mark Vondel. Vondel ramps off the side of the 45, and it comes up into Lee. Vondel gets hit again. Shot down the track, gets hit by the 45. Now he's going around left side, cutting some air as he slides back up the racetrack now. Hasn't locked up the brakes yet, and he's going to roll right into the path of the 62. Landon Valique and collects that truck late. What a huge wreck here. On board with Vondel. Looks to the outside, and that is just going to get that push to your left rear, and especially because that car behind him is getting pushed. Nothing that he could do or the car right behind him could do. Is Matthew Lee pushing Vondell, or pushing the car into Vondell. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is a crazy view. And we got to see the cockpit right here on this frame. He can barely even see the safer barrier to his right side. Holy cow, what a wreck for Mark Vondell. You can hear him, rear tires off the ground, completely revs out. He's just along for the ride and gets hit again. Gets clipped on the inside. Now he's just spinning it out. And he gets hit against some really interesting gear shifts going on there. As he was the start of that, let's look at the rear of McCullough here. Look at this, going to be a great view. So you see the 43 of range getting pushed into the left rear. Maybe a little neck cut now. He fully got into him. Look at that. Vondell up into the air. When I first saw that, I definitely thought it was netco, but he fully up in the air. Garrett Main's way down to the inside to avoid it, along with a couple other trucks that made it through, but that took out a majority of the field, forcing them down onto pit road to take their fast repairs or damage, and they will all be forced to drop towards the back end of the pack. That's going to give an opportunity to some people, I mean, maybe that made it through, to be up in the front, but not a lot of guys that were in the back made it through. We could try and find Corbet here. I'd really like to see what his view is like of that. This isn't going to show us anything, is it? So Corbet is on the inside, that red machine, number 45, and every time I click on him it goes away. Okay, there we go. This is the left front, and you can't really see it, but then he gets turned and back down right here. He's going to clip that 59, sends him down the track, but what we want to see is the roll bar view here from atop that machine. Landon Valet coming through late, and look at that. I mean, you can see the truck popping up in the air from here. What a crazy crash. Sean Corbet has the best view in the house here. Driving along, everything's normal, and he's a car on top of him there. What an epic wreck there. Takes out a bunch of trucks. And Kenneth McCullough leads the field with the pace car lights still on. They are side by side here. The pace car lights are off now. It's going to be 1 to green this time by as the field comes up for turn 2. As the 03 leads the field off turn 4, the pace car will head down onto pit road. Another restart coming from Talladega. Lap 45 of 75 complete when they come to the line this time by. And take the green flag again. The 03 of McCullough alongside Joshua McCullough. The McCullough front row lock. Main's third. Neagle's fourth. Green flag is back out in the air. The 03 getting pushed way out of line, and now a wreck again. One car into the wall. It's John Ward, and the caution flag is back out as they wreck behind, as Warnock, Westmoreland, many others involved, as the caution comes back out again. And it's going to start all the way back with John Ward in the 92. So let's find John Ward here. He is 15th right now, but running up inside the top 10. You see John Ward is car focused in center screen with the red number, the red roof number. Middle of 3 wide is a mistake by McCullough. Makes some contact, forces him to the bottom of 3 wide, and Ward just gives way too much space. Almost has it saved, overcorrects 3 times, and then smashes that one into the wall, gets hit on the left front, dragging against the outside wall, but a wreck happens behind them as Warnoth, Mark Math, and the 4 of Brock Westmoreland. So they see the spin, everyone checks up, and they do a great job of avoiding it, but Mark Math just piles into the wreck, and it looks like the 12 maybe down on the apron has contact with the 4. That's just a bad job deciding where to go on the wreck, carrying a little too much momentum down onto the apron. But I see an onboard here from Mark Math. He came in flying right into the back end of the car ahead. I mean, he was on the brake. Not a lot of time to react here. In hindsight, of course, he would have loved to have been able to hit that gap right there to the left. But nowhere to go. Gets on the brakes. Maybe kind of locks up the front, so a little bit of half lock up. Brings under the caution. So we'll take a break here as the field is on pit road getting fuel. And back out, the 27 of Vicente Guerrero is your race leader.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing Daytona International Speedway as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
50 laps of racing action in the books when they come across the line next time by after the first lap of green flag running after this restart here. Another caution here from the MMS Money Race Live Sunday nights on FTN here today. Talladega with the trucks has been a pretty interesting race throughout the beginning and the middle. We got a long green flag run after 2 cautions without any brakes, and now a bunch of cautions here in the center portion of the race trying to get this thing going to the end. It'll be a third of the race left when they come to the line next time by. James Waring leads the field to green. Coming off of turn 4, Garrett Haynes slides up to the outside. He was barely clear, but he makes it work, and it's going to pay dividends for the number 1 as he takes the race lead away from that University of Miami number 05. James Waring will slip back to 3rd on the inside as he is cleared by Maines and Guerrero as they take a lap 51. 25 to go from Talladega. Garrett Maines now the race leader, going for some more earnings to his iRacing career. The Coke Series driver leads the field off of turn 2. The outside lane challenging with Cody Niegels in tow as they come down the back straightaway. The 6th looking for the race lead. He has the 12 of Josh McCullough behind him. They go side by side into turn 3. Niegels with the nose out in front. Maines on the inside. Only has 2 trucks to help him. Coming off of turn 4, this should be free game for Niegels, but that bottom lane still staying strong with just 3 trucks down there now. 1 driver trying to make that outside lane work. That's the 043 of Zach Range. He doesn't have anyone going with him trying to slip back in line, but he is going to struggle to find a gap as the 1 on the inside looking to take the lead away. Garrett Maines now with help. He will barely get clear, trying to get clear off of turn 2, but Niegels fights back on board with the number 6 machine as he comes up to turn 2. Comes off on turn 2 with the race lead. Jumps down to the inside. He will block Garrett Maines. Wants a push from that big number 1 nose. Probably one of the most aggressive and definitely one of the most talented pushers here. And the 6 wants that number 1 of Maines right behind him as they come up a turn of 4. Maines will push Niegels and keep him clear of the race lead. Now the 12 fights back with the 11 of Dylan C. Jones behind him. Dylan Jones, the highest he's been all day, I believe. Started 5th, highest of 6. Now he's 4th, highest of 4th, and he is going to challenge for the race lead. The 27 on the inside, side by side with him. The 1 will push that bottom lane to surge back down in front. The 6 gets up clear. Garrett Maines will fight back to the inside lane, side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway. A couple cars falling away from the lead pack. Less than 20 remain here in the lead group as Maines will block that 6 machine. The 11 of Dylan Jones gets up to the outside. J. Allen Miller back up to the front. And a lot of faces that have not been in the lead group all day long, get their trucks clean, are here to battle at the end. The 05 down on the apron, barely keeping control of that car as the 6 will get to the inside of Garrett Maines now looking for the race lead, but that bottom lane's falling apart. Oh, 1 car down on the inside. The 05, he will slide back up, but he gets it slowed down. James Waring does a great job keeping it out of the pack as he will fall way back. And oh, now he's spinning on the backstretch. Oh, and are they wrecking behind him? They are wrecking behind him. Someone just blew up behind him. Oh, it's the 60. One of the favorites, and Jeff Merck has wrecked and blown his motor on the backstretch, and that's going to be a caution. And a caution for a single car spin. Jeff Merck hard into the inside wall. The left front fender gone. The left front tire may be gone as Merck blocks the inside wall. Look at him running in the second packer. He gets hit Oh, what a big lift. Danica Patrick style there to that inside wall. And I'm not sure what the checkup was of this pack. Just a huge checkup. He gets a push on the right rear, sends him spinning. Nothing Jeff Merck could do. The Trump machine hard into the wall. Up front Motorsports and Merck ends up wrecked out. He'll have to take a tow. And that means losing the lead lap and then some. On board again with Merck here. See a checkup in front. There's contact with McCullough. Now here comes Galati behind him. Runs right into him. Nothing Galati could do. He had the 59 of Mark Vondella all over his rear bumper. Their Vondella lap car just riding around with the pack. And a big hit there. I thought that had something to do with James Waring, who also had something happen to him here going into 1 and 2. And this loss of control started really in the tri-oval here. He was all over the place. Still couldn't gather it back up. Still coming bobbing and weaving. And then he comes up, gets into the 04. The 04 is coming down. They meet right in the middle. He bobs and weaves there off the apron, on the flat, on the banking. Comes back up, and that banking gets him out of shape. Oh, hold on to it, brother. And he does end up saving it. A 2 corners long save. Oh my goodness, he almost comes back up into the pack. And that brings out another caution. So Jeff Merck wrecked out of the money race here tonight. Mark Mouth goes by him. There's Merck. He is now 2 laps down as he lies on pit road motionless, waiting for the iRacing pit, or the iRacing tow truck crew, the iRacing safety team, to bring him back. Garrett Maines remains the late race leader with Nichols behind him, and Joshua McCullough, Matthew T. Lee, and Danny Barnes are top 5. We'll take another break here and come back for hopefully the last green flag laps of the race from Talladega.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing Daytona International Speedway as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
The field makes their way back through 3 and 4. The pace car lights off as the race leader, Garrett Maines, will take us back to green flag here again. Lap 58 of 75 when we cross the line. Maines out in front. We heard him saving fuel there under caution. He did not pit. His motor is off currently. Garrett Maines just trying to make it to the end. These cautions are going to help him. As he is the race leader, he's going to have to run flat out. And he needs all the fuel he can to do that. As a lot of drivers came down pit road, but it's Maines, Nichols, McCullough, Lee, and Danny Barnes, the top 5. Coming to the Geico restart zone again. Garrett Maines will lead us to the green. 58 of 75, 57 in the books. And we are racing again from Talladega.
Green flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And the caution is back out in the back of the field. I'm not sure what it's for. It looks like there was a spin towards the back, and there is a car around in the back of the pack. And the caution is out again. Justin Mills involved in another wreck. Oh, and he spins it out. He sits stalled in the grass. It's been that type of day for Justin Mills. He was late to the wreck. No, yeah, he was the cause. So Mills is right here in the middle of the pack. Big stack up. He goes to the middle and gets a little bit of netcode contact from the 21. A car goes around behind him, the 20, and Mills overcorrects into the wall. And he ends up stopped, so a lot of cautions today. And another wreck here. Kobe Sutphin involved. The second car that went around was the 20 of Thomas Lloyd. And there's a big stack up. He's going to get right in the rear. Same way the 12 goes around. Same thing happens to Lloyd there. The 8 goes around. Lloyd maybe keeps it off the wall. And he does an impressive job to save it. So he has Warnoth going around there. The 11 getting collected by the 87 of Jonathan Herbert. Herbert was way in the back and still gets involved in this one. On board with the 87 we're seeing here. Looks like he's gonna make it through. It looks like he lags out there. He's too far off too far away from the leaders there. And lags out, but another caution is out here. Garrett Maines the leader. He'll have an opportunity to save some more fuel here. So the pace car comes off turn 2 with the 2 to go. Signal the lights on. The pace car will come off this time by, hopefully, we can get restarted again here from Talladega. So the field makes their way back down the back straightaway and coming to the green flag again. 15 laps to go currently. It'll be 14 to go when they get the green flag again. Garrett Maines out in front. He has led most of this second run and one of the dominant cars of the day with 13 laps led, 1 for McCullough, 10 for Niegels, 5 for Matthew Lee. Kenneth McCullough with 5 laps led, a couple other cars here and there with some laps led, but Vincente Guerrero has dominated this race from a laps led standpoint with 15 laps led. There's a lot of cars down on the apron trying to save fuel. A big concern for the race leaders here, see if they can go green now and make it a factor in this finish as the pace car is back off pit road. Garrett Maines will come back to the green flag and will lead us to a restart once again from Talladega. And the truck's green flag is back in the air and we're rolling.
Green flag.
Maines out in front. Off of turn number 4, side by side for the race lead. Joshua McCullough has the nose ahead of Garrett Maines. Matthew Lee behind him. Niegels on the inside pushing as they come back to the line. 14 to go, turns 13 to go. Garrett Maines, the race leader, still on the inside, but McCullough has the nose in front as they enter turn 1. The inside lane will have the advantage through the corner, the shortest way around the racetrack, but McCullough should be able to pull back out ahead with help from Matthew Lee down the back stretch, and he will. The 12 to the front, can he get clear? No, the 1's going to fight back. A little bit of side drafting help there, along with the big push from Niegels, and he is not able to get the lead back. He'll not be able to get clear. He holds on to that second spot. Now on the inside is a chance for the lead. On board with McCullough off the 4. He has a huge run, trying to take it to the front. Joshua McCullough to the race lead, and he is clear of Maines. He will jump down in front of the number 1. That could help Garrett Maines now. He does not have to use as much fuel right behind that machine, but immediately Matthew Lee, with the momentum, will drive up alongside the 12 for the race lead, getting pushed from Zach Range. Niegels on the inside there alongside Kenneth McCullough, or third in the respective lane. Outside lane getting started with John Ward, and I believe that is Trevor S. Warren up behind him. Now the 12 will move up. Going to carry that momentum off of turn 4 with a big push from Matthew Lee on board with Lee in third. Coming across the line this time, 11 laps to go, nearing closer to the finish. And this is where it could start to get crazy with 3 wide in the back. No one really wanting to make that line work. The 12 and the 1 on the inside working together, trying to keep that bottom lane afloat. They are even about as many cars on the inside as there is on the top side. Now the 2 drivers trying to make that outside lane work will hop back in line. And the 1 and 2 clear of the race leader is McCullough as he jumps up. And he's going to lose a lot of momentum. Garrett Maines with a chance to clear him for the race lead. He will. The 12 got up when he didn't have help immediately, and Maines is going to get up in front of him. To the race lead is Garrett Maines, and now he can put on a block show for the lead. Oh, the 12 gets down under him. Maines cannot react. He will slip back the outside lane, building some momentum with Kenneth McCullough and the 043 of Zach Range behind him. Off of turn 2, Range with a huge head of steam down the back straightaway. We saw how quickly the 04 Matthew Lee was able to get to the lead. Now there's contact. Maines will get down in front of said car of Matthew Lee. He will stick to that middle lane. Matthew Lee used that outside lane to perfection and got the lead in one lap. Just one shot down the back stretch and he was to the front. That outside lane now not working quite as good as it did before. Still side by side for the lead. The outside lane 2 or 3 car lengths back from challenging for the top spot. If we had a photo finish, they would not be there. Steps downstairs. He gives the outside to Matthew Lee. Lee on the middle, excuse me, now with the 27 behind him of Vicente Guerrero. Those dominant cars finding their way back to the front here late in the going with 9 laps to go. From Talladega down the back stretch, 8.5 laps as they head down into 3 and 4. The 04 gets down, clear of the 1 of Garrett Maines, and to the race lead of Matthew Lee. Still 3 wide, that outside lane, trying to build a run the inside lane with a lot of separation. It's just Maines and the 12. They are going to lose a lot of time if they can't get some help, and the 04 will get down. Now the 92 of John Ward jumps up to the outside to help there. The 04 in the middle. Ward bringing the outside lane to the front. 8 laps to go. John Ward chugging along on that high side. 2 cars down on the apron. No wreck. We're going to stay green for the most part. It seems like no caution needs to be thrown as a lap car coming up could throw a wrench in this battle as they are 3 wide, 5 rows deep down the back straightaway. Now a couple cars going to give up on that high side. The 04 jumps back down in front of Garrett Maines on the bottom. Maines with a big push coming to Matthew Lee. Not going to lift now, and there's a big wreck. 1 car into the catch fence. Oh my goodness, 2 trucks now into the catch fence. What a horrible crash. Oh no. Oh goodness, what a horrible accident. Wow. And that just took out a lot of cars. A lot more that were barely left hanging in this race in the first place. I think the car in the catch fence may have been Zach Range, as his car is junk, and so is the 03 of Kenneth McCullough. I think those were the 2 cars we saw in the catch fences. They both have blown motors just crawling down pit road. This is hilarious to watch. I don't know if they're going to make it to their box. The 043 he's getting a lot of friction on that right front because it's not spinning straight. He is not going to make it to his box. They're both going to come to rest and tow, but that's going to be a long... Or it's going to be a short tow since they're right there in pit road. They aren't after their box, which would make it a huge mission for that iRacing safety crew. You can hear him. He has a motor, but his drive shaft or something is just destroyed, disconnected, maybe ripped off by the iRacing catch fence there. So this is Zach Raines on the outside. Just about to say they're going to get aggressive. The 04 was blocking. There's a lot of aggressive pushes coming from Maines. As Garrett's on the inside, the 27 of Vicente in the middle, and it looks like Range comes down. In front of him is John Ward. Ward is squeezing hard. That's what you have to do. You got to get that side draft, but he pushes Vicente. Looks like the 27 just reacts a little too much, comes down into Garrett Maines. Maines just says, "Get off me, Sean," and sends him up the track, and look at that. Above the catch fence. Holy cow. What a ride for Range. And then 1 car, yeah, with McCullough, who ends up popping up into the wall himself with Barnes, the number 7 below him. Yeah, Joe, my goodness, what a big lick. Holy cow, what a crash. And the 45 low, my goodness. Showing off the strength of these safer barriers with that one for sure. And here it is again. Zach Raines, 2nd car on the outside. McCullough, 3rd car on the outside. Black and blue and black and orange. Those 2 cars in the catch fence here. So 27 comes down. Maines smacks him back up the track. Up and over goes the 43. Left side's, right side's first into the wall. And then a huge hit for Kenneth McCullough. The 45 comes into the wall hard, and the caution comes back out again. This will make a near overtime right here. We're not going to get an overtime here, but we may we'll definitely get overtime. We see another caution, so gonna make these drivers all the more aggressive. So here is Vicente Guerrero. See the 92 of Ward coming down, and there's no contact. I don't think there's contact. Maybe some netcode and probably some help from Warnoff being right on the back bumper. Carries him down, but I'm not sure if that was netcode or what. Pretty interesting looking contact. John Ward just gets smacked into the wall. Zach Range and McCullough are just along for the ride. Look at this. Zach Range just didn't see it coming. Oh my goodness. What happened in the blink of an eye? Oh, he blew up. No motor for Range. He wasn't revving out. He was just chipping the car out. That, or in a low gear, that's not going to help you roll to your pit box. Same deal for McCullough. No power. My goodness. What a huge accident here as the field under pacing now, getting the one to green. Matthew T. Lee, the new racer. Looks like Maines is actually still going to be in front. Lee is on the outside but has the nose and head. The field will come off of turn 4 and come back to the green flag. It will be 4 laps to go with Garrett Maines and Matthew Lee out in front. Leading us back to green flag again. Looks like Lee has the nose in front now. Maines will come back. Matthew Lee and Garrett Maines will lead us to green. 4 to go here from Talladega. And $175 on the line to the race winner. They stay even off of the line. And what a help to either car. Either truck now, that inside lane getting a little split up. A huge push from Trevor Warnoff to the back of the 04 that could give him the lead. Clear off of turn 2. Maines slips way back with no help. Now the truck pushing him is the 12 of Josh McCullough with no front bumper. Garrett Maines is going to slip way back to 4th. The top 3 all clear down to the inside. The 6 of Neagles is going to stay up. Now the 89 and the 04 will come up and protect that high side off of turn 4. Matthew Lee, the race leader, jumps downstairs with the 89. Now the 6 will move back up. He has the 121 of Tyler Lugo behind him as they come to the line this time. 3 to go. The 04 and the 89 will move back up to block, moving in a tandem. Maines still making that bottom lane work. Maines circling back on the inside with only 2 trucks to help him. Looking for second. He is even with the 89. Not going to have anything doing on this back straightaway though. 3 wide further back. A couple of trucks trying to make that outside lane work, but maybe too late. And the bottom lane not going anywhere either as this outside lane has prevailed. The middle lane has prevailed on this restart. And the 6 jumps to the inside. Big block from his Warnock. And they're all going to freight trade Matthew Lee. Now the 6 is going to get up and help Lee. As Warnock throwing a block on him, but he could not get clear. Now the 6 back to the inside. 1 truck. Oh my gosh. 1 truck literally levitating. One of the weirdest crashes I think I've ever seen. And the caution is out. Now we'll have overtime. Richard Elliott just flew straight up in the air. Holy cow. They were 4 wide. Oh, and he just got right hooked. The 7 machine was all sorts out of shape. And Richard Elliott, look at him just go straight up. What the heck? And the 7, I don't know what he was thinking there. Because there was clearly no contact there. But he just comes down and right hooks him way after the wreck is over. Way after the car above is passed. And another caution here late. This race has turned into another pretty wreck-filled race here late in the going, which is what happens in these races. As Warnoff is the leader at the time of caution now. We're going to have to wait through another pretty long caution cycle here, so we'll take a break and come back to you for hopefully the final run here. It'll be an overtime finish from Talladega.
Once again, welcome back, race fans, to the World Center of Racing Daytona International Speedway as we get set for our second on-track activity today.
Racing requires everything that you've got. Climbing into NASCAR on Sunday, it feels like you're getting ready to go into battle.
When I hit that ignition switch, that car fires up. It's one of the best things in the world.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Boundless makes its presence felt. It will not be ignored. We're helping turn ideas into reality with a wealth of building products that take every architectural style to the next level. This is what it's like to imagine, build, and transform anything we want into exactly what we seek. This is what it means to be boundless.
The field making their way down the racetrack and coming to the green flag. The pace car lights are off as they exit turn number 2 as Warnoff and Matthew Lee on the front row. A lot of money on the line here for these drivers. The top 6 all coming home with more than $100 of cash after this 75 lap race. A lot of cautions in the middle portion here that is run through to the end. We have not been able to get a good green flag run in since that first run to lap 30 that ended in green flag pit stops for everyone in the field. And now, a lot of drivers wondering if they could make it on fuel, wishing they could have just gotten one more green flag pit stop there and run to the end, but the fuel saving adding another aspect to this battle, as we'll have our first attempt at overtime, just hoping and praying that the field makes it to the white flag before another wreck can occur and postpone the finish of this race. When the field gets to the white flag, the race is official. The next flag will end it, and I don't expect a caution to be thrown after the white flag comes out. The race leader is as Warnoff on the inside, Matthew Lee on his outside, then Eagles pushing on the inside, and Tyler Lugo on the outside. Then it's Maines and Allen, and then Westmoreland, McCullough, and Valik and J.R. Miller, the top 10. Trevor as Warnoff will lead the field to the green flag for the first of as many as we need here for overtime attempts to decide a winner. And we're back underway from Talladega as Warnoff gets away good. He immediately blocks Lee on the outside. Wants that momentum off of turn 2. He's going to give the race lead to the 6, though, and the 6 is going to get clear of him. I think that may have been a bad move for the 89. Now the 6 has all the chance, or all the opportunity he needs to jump up to the outside and get in front. Cody Eagles, the race leader, down the back straightaway, coming to the white flag. One car down on the inside. Not going to wreck. Eagles jumps down. He'll block Garrett Maines. Maines with the 4 of Brock Westmoreland behind him. Through 3 and 4. One car up 3 wide. The 6 will jump in block S. Warnoff on the outside. Coming to the white flag off of turn 4. One more corner to go to make this race official. Here they come down the front straightaway. The 6, the 89, the 04. Very similar looking trucks up there on the outside lane, pushing each other to the white flag. The outside lane is going to get there, and they're 3 wide. Contact with Garrett Maines. He will slip back, but there's no caution, and there's no wreck. Cody Eagles leading off of turn 2 as Warnoff behind him. Matthew Lee in third, a huge wreck behind them. There they go. No caution, of course. The next flag will end it. That will be the checker. The 6 with the 89 all over his back end. Matthew Lee behind them. Brock Westmoreland in fourth. Will any of these guys be able to jump out and work together to make a move around the 6? It's going to be as Warnoff. It's going to be anyone as Warnoff moves up. He gets blocked as Warnoff down to the inside. The 6 has the nose ahead of the 04. They are still single file. The 04 jumps to the inside. He gets blocked. Now they're side by side to the line, and it's Cody Eagles who's going to win at the line. No one could touch him there. A fantastic show of blocking by Cody Eagles, and he gets the job done. An impressive win by the number 6, who survives the chaos of Talladega here on Sunday night and wins $175 in cash prize for the race leader. And the race winner, the 04, comes home in second, and Brock Westmoreland in third. And another great battle to the end there, a huge wreck late. And Cody Eagles will come home with the Dubbington. As he will burn it down, that Martin Sports 6 machine. And he's looks like the whole podium's going to do some burnouts. The 124 there as well of Tyler Lugo. Cody Eagles, the race winner. What a fantastic job he did there of blocking his way to the win. Let's take a look at it here before the race winner gets, or the race winners and the podium finishers get their interviews here. So the 89 actually found his way underneath him off of turn 4. Looks like he got him out of shape, and Eagles is forced up the track as Warnoff has a huge shot at the victory here, but he gets a right rear from Lee. Definitely unintentional, just going for a side draft there. Shoots him out of line, and Eagles does a great job here as Lee looks high, and Eagles reacts, throws the block. The 04 gets down low. Eagles holds him at bay until they get to the yellow line. And then Eagles gives it to him. Instead pulls away. Does not want the 04 to side draft up to him. And he almost does. Had help behind from the 4, but it was not enough. As Cody Neagles is your race winner from Talladega. So 124 will continue to burn it down. Cody Neagles the race winner, so we will talk to Cody if he is in a voice chat. Here he is, so we'll have to drag him up. If I can, I'm going to have to put him in a random voice chat and then another random voice chat. And then here, Cody Neagles race winner and $175, man. How's it feel? He might have push to talk on. Hold on. Let's go to a different chat. All right, here we go. Can you hear me, Cody?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, $175 in the win. How's it feel?
Oh man, like I try not to think too much about like the prize of it. I just enjoy the racing part of it, and I mean the racing was. I mean I don't know. I'm speechless right now, but the money's good. But that finish was awesome. The bottom 2 cars, a couple restarts prior, Garrett and Josh had damage, and I was trying to figure out how to navigate that without parachuting myself and giving my team a shot to win, and thankfully I was able to get it done.
Well, yeah, today we saw another pretty caution-filled race. I can't recall you getting in another incident. What is the key to avoiding the wrecks? Because it seems like that seems to be the key to success.
Yeah, man. Track position, I think, in most of these, which especially with the truck, because the runs in the truck up in the third are very hit and miss right now with how fast the trucks go. So really, you just got to be out ahead of everything.
Yeah, well, that was an impressive show of defense there at the end, and you come home with the win. So anything else I can say?
And spit on that thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That's awesome. No, I want to thank you for broadcasting. Thank Kenny for putting on the event. Thank my teammates at Nightmare Esports, and big shout out to the guys that I run with in this series. Tyler Vickery, Zach Range, very good performance through 2 weeks, and I am looking forward to this because I think we got a serious shot at the championship.
All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So Cody, the race winner there. That's not about the money for him. He just said I had a good time racing there. So he gets the win, and now we'll talk to Matthew Lee. So we'll pull Matthew Lee here into the Podium Heats chat. And Matthew Lee, second place. How's it feel? Matthew, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
What's up, man? All right, second place. How's it feel?
Good. It's a good race. It's fun. Fun finish. Good drag race to the end there with Cody. It was a fun race to the end there against them guys.
So you stayed out of most of the trouble. I mean, I guess that's the key to being there at the end, but just come home a little bit short there. You think there's anything you could have done differently to set yourself up better for a chance at the win?
No, I mean, I kept myself in a pretty good spot there, a couple times.
Race control scoring has ended.
I was the third car in line waiting for the rest of them guys that are right behind us to catch us, so I was kind of at the mercy of whatever run could come from behind. It wasn't like I could pull out by myself and pass either one of them guys. So, once I knew Brock was kind of committed to me and could feel that he was committed to me, I pulled out and we went with it, and I made the move on Cody that I could make without wrecking him, and we had a drag race. Nothing really. Hey, what does anyone like more than a drag race to a finish? I mean, fuck wrecking.
That's right. All right. Well, congratulations there on the second place. Anything else like to say?
No, thanks for doing the broadcast.
All right. Thank you for your time. So Matthew Lee is the second place finisher. He worked with his teammate there, Brock Westmoreland, who... Oh, we are... All right. I'm going to have to get us back in the session. It closed before I could finish the interviews. I'll give myself some more time here to some more static shots here. So Brock Westmoreland, P3 finisher. And Brock, third place on the day. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Oh yeah, man, it was a good race there. That last little bit, I didn't know how it was going to shake out there. I was trying to push Garrett all the way up, but something happened in the tri-oval and I had to split him, and I thought we were wrecking it, but kept it together and brought it home third.
Well, it sounded like you were committed to helping there at the end. Do you think there's anything you could have done differently to set yourself up for a chance at the win, or are you content with where you were?
I was coming into I think coming into the short shoot there, Trevor got to the inside of Cody, and I was about to give him a huge shot because if he won, we were locked in. But he some bounced off the door or something and got him loose, and I had to just take the run and go by him. But once he got loose there, it kind of killed my shot at getting the win. So I was just trying to get as close as I could there.
All right. Well, you're the final podium finisher. Congratulations. Anything else I could say before I let you go?
I just want to thank Kenny for putting this race on, and you guys for broadcasting. And it was a good race. Glad we could have a clean finish there. I appreciate it.
All right. Congratulations. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So that's it for the podium. Brock Westmoreland, the third place finisher. And that will wrap it up. I don't have to stay in this podium heats betting chat anymore. And we'll bring up the results here. So, of course, the top three is Neagles, the race winner, then Matthew Lee and Brock Westmoreland, the top three. Then it's Landon Valique, Tyler Lugo, Vickery, Garrett Maines, Chase Mistretta, Joey Galati, Trevor Aswarnoff, and Jared Haynes, the top 10. J.R. Miller in 11th, Ron Morris behind him, then Richard Elliott and Joseph Allen. The final cars in the lead, packed there at the end of the top 14. Then it was Guerrero, John Ward, Zach Range came across the line in one piece, and then Jonathan Herbert there you see 13 seconds behind the field in 18th, involved in that last lap accident with Joshua McCullough, Joe Huerta rounding up the top 20. Then it was Thomas Lloyd and Danny Barnes, the last cars on the lead lap, 21st and 22nd. Mark Math, Kenneth McCullough, Dylan Jones, and James Waring all finished one lap down. Kobe Sutphin in 27th finishes 2 laps down. Mark Vondell in 29th, 28th, 5 laps down. Austin Green does not finish, but he ends up 29th. Terry Wilson behind him in 30th, 6 laps down. Behind them, Sean Corbet, Christopher McCullough, Justin Mills, Heath Job, Steve Sizemore all did not finish. Jeff Merck ends up 25 laps down on the racetrack. That blown motor, we saw an accident with him by himself. And that wraps things up here for another lengthy Sunday night race. Thank you all for coming out and watching. Hope you all had a good time, and we'll see you next Sunday for another Silver Speedway race. So thank you for coming out, and I hope you have a good night.